Hi there, it's Jude here. I got something really interesting to share with you today. It's all about credit scores. This wild concept that's absolutely crucial in American finances. If you're just starting to navigate the adult world, or you're from a place where credit scores aren't a thing, I think you'll find this pretty fascinating. You know how we used to get report cards in schools? Well, I want you to imagine if your entire financial life got summed up in a single grade. That's basically what a credit score is. It's this number that can either make your life a whole lot easier or throw some serious roadblocks in your way. I'm talking about affecting your chances of getting good loans, renting a nice apartment, or sometimes even landing a good job or getting that beautiful car that you dream of. It's kind of mind-blowing how much power this little number holds. I am super excited today to break this down for you because I think you will find it really eye-opening. By the end of this video today, you'll have a whole new perspective on how personal finances work in America. What even is a credit score? Alright, let me break it down for you. A credit score is this magical 3-digit number. It's usually between 300 and 850. That supposedly tells lenders how trustworthy you are with your money. It's like a financial report card, like I mentioned, but instead of grades in math or science, it's grading how well you handle credit. Now, you might be thinking, but Jude, what's the big deal? It's just a number, right? Oh, my sweet summer child. In America, this number can make or break your financial life. It's used for everything from renting an apartment or getting a job. Yeah, you had that right. Some employers check your credit score. I have been in a job where they had to check my credit score very often. In the army, for example, when I served, they used to check my credit score to see my financial discipline. So let me paint you a picture. Imagine you were at a party, because that's where all cool financial discussions happen, right? You overhear someone say, I just checked my credit score and it is 800. Suddenly everyone's gathered around them like they just announced they won a lottery. That's the level of obsessions we're talking about here, guys. People track their credit scores like it's a video game high score. There are apps, websites, and even credit card companies, I think like Credit Karma, that give you free access to your scores. And I think every bank right now offers that for free to their customers. So it's like everyone's part of this secret club, and the membership card is your credit score. Why does it even matter so much? Let's get one thing straight. In America, your credit score is like your financial reputation on steroids. It's not just a number, it's the key that unlocks, well, pretty much everything. Imagine you're back in high school. Remember how grades determined whether you got into a good college, or made a good sports team, or got that coveted internship? Well, your credit score is like that, but for your adult life. I want to break this down for you guys. Renting an apartment. Bad credit score, landlords might look at you like you're wearing a I don't pay rent t-shirt. Good credit score, they'll roll out the red carpet for you. How about buying a car? With a high score, you're cruising that shiny new ride with a sweet interest rate. Low score, you might be stuck in a clunker and an interest rate higher than Mount Everest. What about getting a job? Yeah, some employers check your credit. Like I mentioned in the army, they used to check my credit. It's like they think your credit score is a crystal ball showing how responsible you are. How about starting a business? Try getting a business loan with a bad credit score. It's like trying to convince a vegetarian to eat steak. It's not gonna happen, right? Utilities and cell phones. Bad credit might mean you're stuck paying hefty deposits. This little number has its fingers in every pie of your financial life. It's like Big Brother, but for your wallet. How is this number calculated? This is where things get a little bit mysterious. The exact formula is locked up tighter than Fort Knox. Now, Fort Knox is a military installation, but we do not know the main ingredients. Payment history, 35%. This is the big kahuna. It's like your financial attendance record. Miss a payment, it's like skipping a class. It will show up on your report card. Credit utilization, 30%. This is how much your available credit you are using. Maxing out your cards is like eating the whole pizza. It might feel good at the moment, but it's not great for your financial health. How about the length of credit history? That's 15%. The longer you've had credit, the better. It's like a fine wine, it gets better with age. Credit mix is 10%. Having different types of credits, credit cards and loans, it's like having a balanced diet of your credit score. New credit, 10%. Opening a bunch of new accounts is like chugging energy drinks. It might give you a short-term boost, but it's not great in the long run. Now, here's the kicker. Nobody knows exactly how these ingredients are mixed together. It's like we're trying to guess the secret formula for Coca-Cola. They've tried for ages. No one knows, right? We know what goes in, but the exact recipe, who knows? All right, let's talk about numbers. Your credit score is like a test score, but instead of 0 to 100, it's usually between 300 and 850. And here's the breakdown. 800 plus, you're a credit score unicorn. Lenders will fight over you like you are the last slice of pizza. 740 to 799, still awesome. You're getting into the VIP section of the credit world. 670 to 739, this is like getting a B on your report card. Not bad, but room for improvement. 580 to 669, you are in the May zone. Lenders might look at you like you got spinach in your teeth. Below 580, ouch. This is like failing the test. You might struggle to get credit, and if you do, it will cost you an arm and a leg in interest. But here's the good news. Your score isn't tattooed on your forehead. It can change. Paid off a loan, chang-ching. Your score might go up. Missed a payment, oops. It might take a hit. It's like a financial Fitbit, always tracking your moves. Remember, folks, this score isn't a measure of your worth as a person. It's just a tool lenders use. Don't let it define you, but don't ignore it either. It's like your financial shadow, always there, but you decide how much attention to give to it. Let's talk about building credit from scratch. This is like trying to get your first job when every listing asks for experience. That's frustrating, right? But I don't want you to worry. I've got your back. I want you to think of building credit like growing a plant. It takes time, patience, and the right conditions. So here is your credit building gardening guide. Secured credit card. This is your starter pack. You put down a deposit and that becomes your credit limit. It's like credit card training wheels. Use this for small purchases you would make anyway, like buying gas or groceries, then pay it off in full each month. It's like doing credit card push-ups, You're building strength. Become an authorized user. If you have a family member or a close friend with good credit, ask to be added to their card. You're like borrowing their financial reputation. Just make sure they have good habits. Credit builder loan. These are like bizarro world loans. You make payments fast, then get the money at the end. It's weird, but it works. Get your rent reported. Some services report your rent payments to credit bureaus. It's like getting extra credit for something you're already doing. Ask your property manager next time at that rental property you live at. The golden rule, always pay on time. Late payments are like putting water on your phone. It can damage your credit fast. Building credit isn't a marathon. It's not a sprint. I want you to be patient. I want you to be consistent. And before you know it, you will have a credit score to brag about. Now, let's pull back the curtains and look at the not so great aspects of credit score systems. It's not all rainbows and approved applications, folks, here. First off, let's talk about errors. Imagine if your school accidentally gave you an F instead of an A, and that mistake followed you around for years. That's what happens with credit report errors. They are more common than you would think, and fixing them can be a real headache. And do not even get me started on identity theft. Someone could open accounts in your own name, trash your credit score, and you might not know until you deny the loan. It's like someone stealing your financial identity, creepy and damaging. Then there is the issue of economic inequality. The systems can sometimes feel like it's designed to keep the rich richer and the poor poorer. If you start with no credit or bad credit, it's harder to get loans, harder to get even housing, even harder to get jobs. It's like trying to play a game where the rules are stacked against you from the start. And here's a scary thought. What if your credit score affected your health care? Yes, some hospitals check credit before providing non-emergency care. This is like your financial history is determining your access to health. And that's pretty messed up, right? Oh, and watch out those credit repair scams. They are like financial snake oil salesmen. If anyone promises to fix your credit overnight, run, run, run. Forrest Gump, run the other way. It's like someone saying they can make you lose 50 pounds in a week. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Look, I am not telling you all this to scare you. Knowledge is power, folks. Understanding these pitfalls can help you navigate the system better. This is like knowing where your potholes are on your daily commute. You cannot always avoid them, but at least you're prepared. I think it has been an interesting journey exploring credit scores with you. The good, the bad, the ugly of the credit scores. It's a complex system if you think about it, and it's not perfect, but understanding it, that's your first step to financial empowerment. Remember, your credit score is a tool, not a measure of your worth as a person. Use it wisely, but don't let it define you. Do you have any questions about building credit or avoiding pitfalls? I want you to drop them in the comments below. We are all in this together, and sharing knowledge is how we all win at the credit game. And hey, if this video opened your eyes to the world of credit scores, hit that like button and subscribe. There's plenty more financial real talks where this came from, I promise. And until next time, keep your credit clean and your financial dreams big. Peace out, money masters, one love.